Boxing fans, Miguel Maravilla here with you, bringing you a preview of the Canelo versus Munguia Undercard. Pay-per-view undercard consists of 3 title fights. You have Gabriel Maestre, the 2-time Colombian Olympian. He takes on Stanonis. Then we have Figueroa taking on Magdaleno. And then we have Barrios squaring up against Maidana. This is the pay-per-view undercard to get things started, warm things up before the big fight. Take a look at this preview. Goes down at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Saturday, May 4th, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Live on Amazon Prime pay-per-view. Opening up the pay-per-view. Welterweights Stanonis and Gabriel Maestre. For Maestre of Colombia, a 2-time Olympian with a record of 6-0, 1 draw, 5 knockouts. Quite a resume. He won his debut against Giovanni Barraza, a 20-0 fighter. He also has a KO over veteran Diego Chavez. Defeated Mikel Fox by unanimous decision. He also knocked out former world champion Devin Alexander. And he scored a TKO in his last fight against Trayvon Marshall as he steps up to take on Lithuanian Olympian Stanonis, WBA champ with a record of 14-0, 9 knockouts. He won the WBA welterweight title with a split decision over Ratsap Bouts in his last fight, that taking place 2 years ago. Long time ago. And prior to that, he was involved in a no contest versus former world champion Luis Collazo, as he gets set to open up the pay-per-view card against Gabriel Maestre. I'm picking Gabriel Maestre to win this fight. I feel that the activity really matters in this fight. Stanonis hasn't been in that ring for 2 years now. For somehow he still holds the title. You have a very good amateur pedigree in this matchup. It's a perfect matchup. However, I think Maestre wins this fight. I think he goes the distance. It's not gonna be an easy fight, but he will pull this one off. So this one will be an interesting one to start the pay-per-view. Former world champions, featherweight Brandon Figueroa and Jesse Magdaleno square off. That for the interim WBC title, WBA. For Jesse Magdaleno, 29-2, 18 knockouts, the former champ. He is coming off a unanimous decision defeat at the hands of Raymond Ford. His other defeats came to Isaac Dogbe back in 2018 as he relinquished his title. The title that he won over Nonito Donaire back in 2016 to capture the WBO title, as he now attempts another world title quest. Standing in his way, Brandon Figueroa of West Lasco, Texas, the record of 24-1-1, 18 knockouts. He won 2 straight since his controversial decision loss to Stephen Fulton. And he is coming off a unanimous decision win over Mark Magzayo in his last fight, taking place last year, to win the WBC interim title. I like this matchup a lot. This is a very interesting matchup. This is going to be a very exciting fight. This is probably the most competitive one of the pay-per-view. In this fight, it's going to be back and forth action early on, but I feel in this fight going into the 5th, 6th round, Figueroa makes the adjustment. I feel he fights more from a distance. if he uses his height and distance, it should be a easy second half of the fight for Figueroa. However, if he decides to bang and trade, then he's falling into Magdaleno's fight. But overall, it's Figueroa that's the much bigger fighter, so I expect him to win this fight.
And the co-feature bout of the evening, it's former world champion, WBC interim champion, Barrios of San Antonio, Texas, and Argentina's Fabian Maidana. Maidana, with a record of 22-2, 16 knockouts, the younger brother of former world champion Marcos Maidana. He fought early on in the U.S. as he debuted back in 2014, and lately he's mostly fought in Argentina, and he is coming off a unanimous decision win over an overly matched Israel Lopez. Barrios, with a record of 28-2, 16 knockouts. He won a unanimous decision over Yordanes Ugas to win the WBC interim title in his last fight, and his only 2 defeats came at the hands of Keith Thurman and Gervonta Tank Davis, as he definitely has bounced back since those defeats, as he is now set for the co-feature bout.
I like Barrios in this matchup. This is pretty much his fight. He is overall the more experienced, he's fought the better opposition, the more skilled. So I'm taking him to win this fight easy, perhaps a stoppage, a late stoppage, or an easy decision victory.